Hello and welcome to the Locker Room Stories episode 1 where we discuss about almost every sport that we love. Today I have with me Arpit who is also a fan of soccer, football, cricket and baseball. Let's start the discussion with Indian cricket. Arpit, so India has won the first test match against Bangladesh and we are now playing the second test match at Kanpur and we're seeing almost the first 2 days almost got washed out. I think India is now 107 for 3. Sorry, Bangladesh is 107 for 3. And I mean, most of the play from the first 2 days have been washed out. What do you think about the current situation, Arpit? Do you think that the Indian bowlers didn't utilize the conditions in the right way after the having had the overcast conditions, like the perfect conditions to swing the ball? What do you think about the initial day when Bangladesh only lost 3 wickets?
Yeah, I mean, India started with the series very well. They won the first test match very comfortably. And the expectation was same, I guess, going forward in the second test. And what I was reading out the pitch and all those things, so it was more of a spin friendly wicket. So that's why Bangladesh went with three spinners, I guess. But
Yeah,
again, the conditions was overcast, and India luckily won the toss, and Rohit Sharma decided to bowl first. So
yeah,
that's a good decision seeing the conditions. But
yeah,
again, you have to utilize that conditions, right?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So I guess it's still a good situation for India. Like they have got three wickets and just conceded like 100 runs, but this could have been better. Probably they could have taken like 5 wickets.
Yeah, yeah.
So
I think the Bangladesh batsmen were way too lucky. I think Bumrah, I think beat both the opening batsmen like on multiple occasions. I think this has been the same in the last match also. I think Siraj beat Shanto like or at least like 10 times without getting the edge. I think it was the same this in this match also. I think it's all about the luck going India's way. I think once the luck starts going India's way, I think the Indian team will just run through the top. I mean, the entire top order. In fact, they will just run through the entire order. I feel. I don't think so. They will score more than 200 if the match starts and it's still overcast. I think once they get 1 wicket, I think it'll be all over. I don't think so. Litin Das or Mehdi Hassan have any skills to survive on this wicket. I mean, it's just curtains for them. I think even if India scores like exactly same as Bangladesh, I think they're going to win the match easily. Probably in the second innings, it would be even worse because the pitch will start to deteriorate and it'll start to spin and it'll be all over. I think that's my opinion. I mean, what do you think?
yeah, absolutely. I mean, seeing the last test match as well, like India was struggling in the starting, like they were 144 for six, but then India went on. So there's a big partnership between both Ashwin and Jadeja, and they went on like 200 on stand, and they just took away the match from the hands of Bangladesh. And now
Yeah,
in this match as well, you're right, absolutely. Like if situation remains the same and clouds remain the same, so I guess the first spell or the first session will be very decisive for both the teams.
yeah.
It's either Bangladesh gonna all out in maybe a 200, or it will be India who will go and win the match.
Yeah,
So
I think if Bangladesh survive the first session or they play any longer, I think the test match is going to get drawn. I don't think so. There's going to be any result because I think if Bangladesh manage to survive the first 2 sessions, I think they'll play the whole day and also they'll play the first session tomorrow. So I don't think so. India is in no position to lose the match. I think. I mean, the only result that can happen is probably India win because if India runs to the top order and then scores like 200 quickly and again gives it to back to Bangladesh, they might just buckle under pressure. I mean, that's the only situation I can imagine from this situation. Anyways, let's move on to the next discussion point. I think there's a series going on in England where Australia is playing England in the ODI series, and I think it's neck and neck. It's 2-2 right now. And the first two matches, I think Australia were amazing, where Head absolutely crashed and destroyed all the bowling attack of England. But I mean, England are catching up. What do you think about the 4 matches that have happened so far in that series?
yeah, like initially the first two matches where England was looking clueless, and Travis Head was just going smashing the bowlers way ahead of other players. And then from last two matches, I guess England have worked on their strategies again, and they worked on what they need to do to win the match. and now
Yeah,
they are level on the series, and it will be a decider match tomorrow
yeah,
for but again, it's about how England buckle up quickly, and how Australia lost that momentum they got in the initial two matches. So it's all about one match here and there, and situations turn around very quickly. So
yeah,
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 I mean, if you watch the match, the first match where Travis Head was like he scored 154, which from there it was like it was look like the Australia will go and win the series in a
yeah.
one-sided way.
Yeah, yeah.
But
I think the key players will be Matthew Potts and the other bowler. I forgot the name. I think it's Cars, right?
yeah,
Bryden Cars. I think if
yeah,
those two bowlers get rid of Head early, I think it would be very difficult for Australia to come back. But I don't think so. The other batting is as strong as Head and Marsh at the top of the order, and I think if they get rid of and Maxwell is just a. I mean, I just feel sometimes it's just a fluke player. I mean, he gets in one match he gets 200, in other match he like if for 10 matches he doesn't score any run. It's just just an anomaly. I mean, I don't think so Australia can win with that kind of a batting order if the top order fails. So I think I still feel that England have a good chance, but I think they need to prepare a wicket which supports the bowlers. Otherwise, Head is going to destroy them. Uh,
yeah. It's about how they went with the approach they need in the match. Probably they might go with a bowler friendly pitch as well, because right now England has not going with their main strength bowling, right?
yeah,
They
yeah,
don't have Mark Wood, they don't have Chris Woakes, right? Even they don't have other main bowlers, right, in the spin department as well. So probably they can go with the wicket which can be good for their bowlers. And Australia on the other end, they have done opposite. They went with a very young batting lineup, and not a young batting lineup, but again it's like a second level team for Australia, because the main batters are not there. So probably it will be a good match. And
yeah. No, I don't think so. Still, I think Smith, Labuschagne, Head is there. I don't think so. It's a second. I would not say it's a second lineup, but yeah, I mean, I understand they are missing some key players, but I think England is also missing their key bowlers. I think they don't have Wood. They don't have. I think I forgot the name of that tall bowler. I think it's Topley, right? Topley.
yeah,
Topley playing? No, right?
no,
Topley is not
Topley is
playing.
not
Yeah,
playing.
Topley is not playing. Then there are other bowlers like I mean, which are not playing. So I think both teams are pretty much level as far as putting out their best teams are concerned. Uh, but yeah, it's going to be a good final match and it's something to follow for sure.
Yeah,
Moving on, I think the next match I want to talk about is New Zealand and Sri Lanka, and it's not enough to just talk about it. I want to show you the scorecard. I mean, it's quite funny what's happened there. Let me just quickly pull up my screen and show the scorecard. Yeah, so this is the current scorecard. I mean, it's really bad for New Zealand. I think it was not enough that Kamindu Mendes and Kushal Mendes absolutely destroyed them as they batted first and scored 600. But after that, I mean, they just couldn't survive the bowling attack of Sri Lanka. And it's funny how they can't even score like 100 runs on the same wicket where Kamindu Mendes and Kushal Mendes have like just scored like hundreds easily, right? I think Camino Mendes, I think, scored 182, and Kushal Mendes getting his 100. And I mean,
yeah.
Camino
I
Mendes is
mean,
one hell of a player. I think he's like his numbers are like Bradman-esque, absolutely, right? What do you think about him? Uh,
yeah. I mean, seeing the scorecard, first thing coming in my mind was, are they playing on two different pitches? Because
yeah,
one team is going on crushing the team, and then the New Zealand just like surrendering against the Sri Lankan bowlers. And
yeah,
again, it's about the situation. Like I was checking out the matches in Sri Lanka, right?
yeah,
So Sri Lanka is always like a tricky wicket. India went last month, and they were also struggling a lot on the Sri
yeah,
Lankan grounds. So
yeah,
probably the conditions are very much favorable to Sri Lanka. But again,
yeah,
if a team is scoring 600, other team, like at least they go half a run of them
yeah.
probably. But this look like a
Yeah, but
one-sided
this
affair.
is really bad.
Yeah,
I mean, three players score hundreds, and I think if you even if you look at the other players, like Karunaratne scored 46 and got run out. If you look at Dhananjay De Silva, he also scored 44. If you look at Angelo Matthews, he also scored 88. Chandimal also got 100. So I think almost every batsman except for Pathum Nisanka got a start. I mean, some of them couldn't convert, but rest of them, all of them, like chipped in. And if you look at Kamindu Mendes, I think he's like batted brilliantly. I think he's scoring 182 at a strike rate of 72 is amazing. I mean,
Yeah,
it's phenomenal. If you look at the New Zealand innings, I think it was a disaster. I mean, nobody could really survive the bowling attack. And Prabhat Jasuria, oh my God, that's a story to follow. I mean, I think he took like 7 wickets, I guess, 6 wickets in the first innings, and I think
yeah,
he also took 1 wicket in the second innings. But I think that's like phenomenal. 6 for 42. What a figure! What figures! Amazing.
yeah. Even if you see his other figures, he's always like whenever Sri Lanka is playing in their home,
Yeah,
and Jasuria is playing, so the figures are almost the similar. Like he always go
yeah,
and pick up 5 wicket haul, 7, 8 wicket haul. So
yeah,
he has a habit of picking big wickets, and
yeah,
especially in the home is pretty much very
yeah.
good.
So he has like 7 wickets in the match, and New Zealand is like 315 runs behind. And I mean, I can see only one result here. There's no chance that any other result is going to happen. The only way New Zealand can survive is probably a washed out game. If the remaining days get washed out, I think how many days are left? I think this is day three
Uh,
end, right? So there are 2 days
up-
left. So I think there's no chance for New Zealand to survive in this match. And I think it's going to be a victory by probably a innings and at least 250 runs, I believe, 250 to 200 runs. That's like a big
yeah,
loss.
absolutely.
Yeah, I think that pretty much seals New Zealand's fate in this World Test Championship. I don't think so. They're going to come back from this. I think if they lose the second match, also, I think the win percentage goes down drastically. And
I
I
think
don't.
winning from here, they need a innings like Kamindu Mendes. If
Yeah,
someone can play like that, they probably go and give a chance to Sri Lanka. Like,
yeah.
okay, you guys come and bat for some time. But
Yeah, Conway
result
played well. I
wise,
think Conway got a 61 innings, 60, innings of 61. I think he played well. Kane Williamson played well. Again, he lost his wicket at a crucial stage, and I mean that's pretty much sealed the fate for New Zealand. We had talked about everything. The last match we spoke about was New Zealand and Sri Lanka, and I think it's a done deal. Probably New Zealand is going to lose the match by a big margin. And that's it from the world of cricket today. In the next episode, we will talk about soccer, we'll talk about Champions League, we'll talk about the Premier League. Thank you so much for staying around, all you viewers. Please like, share, and subscribe to Locker Room Stories. Thank you all, and goodbye.